Welcome back to What's the Juice? Look at the message. And I actually have put this on my Ashe Love Oracle channel because this message is deep, okay? And it was a short over there. So before we even tap in, first and foremost, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all the likes, the shares, and the subscribes. I am truly grateful, okay? Quick message, always check your audio, okay? Before starting a reading, man, that's all I want to say, okay? Before we hop into it, another channel message, and I feel like this is spirit elaborating on this energy right now. Listen, your love language was misunderstood, okay? A lot of people thought maybe you were biased or you were racist or you were a bigot or something like that, okay? And it's nothing like that. It was just that, you love everything, everybody, but maybe that wasn't being reciprocated. Your love language, is now starting to be understood, understood, overstood. Okay. Before we tap in, let's go on in and bring in our angel spirit guides and our ancestors and the divine. Okay. So I call upon the divine light to surround me. I invite my guides, ancestors, and protectors to stand with me. No harm, no deception, no lower energy may enter this space. Only what serves truth, healing, and highest good is welcome here. And so it is. Okay, family? So let's just tap into the message. As you can already see, there are definitely four messages that immediately came out on the short, and I said I love the reading, so we're going to just pick it up from there. Your love language is starting to be understood now, okay? Or someone is discovering your love language, okay? It says understanding how to express and receive love finds key to your heart and unblocking secret codes, okay? Or unblocking. Some of your hearts could be blocked. Message, okay? Unblocking secret codes. See, whew, let me take a breath because this is a big one. Our world that we live in has really done a workover on all of us, okay? It's pitted us against each other. It has pulled us apart from each other. And it just so happens, and I'm just going to keep it 4,000 with you, okay? I don't know how this is going to resonate or how it's going to come across, but man, let me tell you here. I love me some Latino men, okay? I'd be like, okay? I love all nationality of men, okay? But look, I got Asian crush. Look, okay, maybe it's just okay. Some of y'all gonna resonate with this. Seriously, it's not just a certain kind of man. It's all men. Flip the roles as you see fit. It's not just a certain kind of woman. It's all women type energy. This is the love language. I'm serious. This is the love language, okay? The second card that came out in that short was cultural clash. That's what has been happening. There's a cultural clash, okay? Listen. Now there's one thing I'm going to say about in my culture, and I don't know, and I'm just going to say, and I'm going to say in my household, okay? We didn't have a problem with no jungle fever. Okay, there was not a problem with no jungle fever at all. Now I know some of y'all are out here like, oh my God, jungle fever. What I'm saying when I say that, and it was based off the movie, okay, Jungle Fever, if you've never seen it, okay, there was it wasn't like your mama or your daddy was going to whoop your ass if you brought home, ooh, quick disclosure, my fault. I do cuss and curse and speak the truth and call out names of God too. Your mom or dad was not going to whoop your ass if you walked in the door with a different nationality other than you. Where that's different in other cultures. That's where the cultural clash came in, okay? Difference in backgrounds are causing misunderstandings, differing values or lifestyles, okay? That is what I'm talking about. That is what Spirit is talking about. With that being the case, there was a lot of, getting in your head. There's a lot of things that have been getting in people's heads, family. Like, man, boy, quit playing with a real one. I will tell you that. Look, man is beautiful to me. I ain't lying. I mean, all age group. Now, there's a little bit of an age group you can't go into, okay? I ain't the cougar. I might be a Black Panther, but I ain't the cougar. Okay? But what I'm saying is, man, from all age groups in all cultures, I have seen some beautiful men. I'd be like, ooh, wee type energy, okay? I feel like with this message coming out here, getting in your head, that's what it was. It was like everybody was trying to pitch you like, nah, you can't be with him, or I wouldn't be with her, or you can't be with him, or you shouldn't be with her. And that was the wrong energy to be sending out. It says here, playing mind games. See, that's just not someone playing mind games with you. That could have been your upbringing. That upbringing was playing some mind games with you. Because when you looked at it, each culture has so much to offer. I mean, a lot to offer. And I feel like when you were being pit against one another, and when you were being told, no, you can't be with this person, or you can't be with that person. And I'm not saying that's how it went in my household at all. I ain't even gonna lie. My grandma's, ooh, I ain't even gonna talk about it. But my grandma's had, friends from every culture. I mean, every culture. And that's real. I have seen my grandmother with some friends, and I'll be like, oh, okay, I didn't even know you knew him. You know, that type energy. But then they were all like very kind, loyal, check on my grandmother type energy, check on her, see how she's doing. You know what I'm saying? Coming by just to keep her company, sitting in the living room talking, okay? That's the energy, right? But see, we have cultures who have been raised that, this culture's bad, that culture's this culture's that. And I feel like it was all, whew, I hate to say it, I really do, but I feel like it was misleading and misguiding to a lot of people. Okay. So with the cosmic nudge coming out here, push from the universe guiding you towards your destiny. Listen, some of y'all, I'm just gonna keep it 4,000 with you. This message to me is telling me, many of you may have been in relationships that just weren't working out. Maybe you weren't with the right culture. Message. I'm just gonna say it like that, because I mean, when you look back on your past relationships, and hold up, I felt that energy. Oh, I'm not leaving my race. I just heard that biggest day. I don't know who that was, but it's not about leaving your race. It's about integrating races. Message. Okay. And this may be some at the bottom of the deck. This may be some people's biggest fears. Okay. Ooh, this is a deep little old message. Lord have mercy. Listen, some people need to transform their fear into power. I'm telling you. I mean, it's just do it. Man, look, I'm not saying any and everybody use your discernment. Okay. Okay, I ain't even gonna front with you on that one. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, run out and get the first whatever you looking at. No, that is not what I am saying whatsoever at all. Absolutely not. Okay, but what I am saying is, if you are pulled to experience someone outside of your culture, and you are in fear of what others will think or say, you could be holding yourself back from your soulmate. That's all I'm saying. Message. Okay. All right. Tell me more, Spirit. Tell me more about the mind games. Spirit be talking. Okay. The mind games, playing games on you, because bonds are forged in fire. Right? So strong connections built through shared struggles, strong and resilient relationships. That's what I'm talking about. See, we have been raised in a culture, or in a society, I should say, a society, ain't no culture to it. We have been raised in a society where everybody has been sitting up here, oh man, directing each other wrong. How can you all be one? Okay, now hold up, wait a minute. I'm referencing the 12 laws of the universe. When I say, how can we all be one and dare to experience one another? I used to grow up thinking, okay, and this was the weirdest thing, but maybe some of you thought this too. I used to see my cousins and my homegirls and stuff like that. They'd have a boyfriend and they'd be with him a few months and then they break up with him, and then that boyfriend was off limits to everybody else, right? Because you already knew that they had been with somebody in your family or your friend or something like that, right? I used to think to myself all the time, what if that person didn't work out with them, but was introduced to you because that was your soulmate? Or that was your twin flame. You know what I'm saying? Type energy. I hope that made sense. You know what I mean? Because, like, growing up, that was the ultimate, like, no, no. Once they broke up, you better not talk to that man or you better not talk to that woman. That would be so disrespectful to the other party. But what if the universe had brought that party into everybody's lives? Because at that time, y'all know y'all was hanging out and you cook up the boyfriend, girlfriend type, everybody hanging out, right? If they didn't work out, they went their separate ways. Your family member or friend went their separate way. How did you not know? It used to always sit in the back of my mind like, dang, such and such and such and such broke up. But what if they was somebody else's partner, soulmate? But because they were together, there was that line drawn and no one else could talk to them or no one else, you know what I'm saying? Type energy. And look what come flying out. Mirrored souls. I cannot make it up, okay? Connecting with someone who reflects your true self, seeing you in someone else. Man, spirit is talking. Wow. That's what I'm talking about. That's the energy. Like, I used to always think that. Like, they would date for a few months and then they break up, and I'd be thinking to myself, man, what if that person was brought into, man, we used to run deep. We'd be like 15, 9 deep, 9 to 12, 15 deep. Okay. Cousins, homegirls, a whole mixture, right? And we'd all hang out and have our boyfriends or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And let's say a couple of people broke up and then, it was like, dang, that's sad, whatever, whatever. But then I'd be thinking to myself, like, damn, what if they was brought into the presence of everyone because their soulmate was amongst somebody? I know. Okay. Message. Tell me more, fam. Tell me more, spirit. Look, unsolicited advice. Listen, I never said it. I told y'all I would think it, but I never said it. I never said that to anybody. Because then, that would be a different type of thing. But this would be something that, has anybody ever thought about that, right? People offering advice you didn't ask for, or people offering information that you never thought of, type energy, okay? People butting in, okay, getting involved, and intrusive or unwelcome. And that's why I never spoke it. I'll tell you right now, I never spoke on it, but I sure used to think it. I used to be like, damn, what if such and such was supposed to be with such and such? Because let's say two of my cousins broke up with their man. And I would be looking at it like, that's weird. Because honestly, they look like they would be together. And I would think that to myself, but dare not say it, right? And I was like, dang, I wonder if they were supposed to be together versus them and them. Okay, just take it how it resonates, family. Okay, just take it how it resonates. Tell me more, spirit. Look, see, there could be somebody reminiscing right now over some 20, 40, 30-year-old pictures. 10-year-old pictures, 3-year-old pictures, okay? Y'all taking them group pictures, okay? Somebody out here, y'all were friends, y'all was hanging out. It was a big group, okay? Everybody had a twin flame, okay? Maybe even thought it was their soulmate. Somebody here is reminiscing over those pictures now, okay? There's a lot going through their mind about these pictures, really. Yes, somebody is looking at pictures right now thinking that they were with the wrong person. Damn. It says away from sensitive eyes, secrets kept hidden. Really? Meaningful but private to only self or another. Listen, I feel that energy. I feel that energy where, people have been sitting up here looking at one another's, late used to date this person, used to date that person, no longer dating this person or that person, but y'all all had these group pictures or something like that. Okay, just take it how it resonates, and you felt like you could have been connected to somebody else, and then look what comes out. What is this? Yeah, regretful hookup. I cannot make it up. Wow, Spirit is talking today. Listen, somebody is out here looking at pictures, regretting who they hooked up with. They're feeling like they should have been with the other person. A moth to a flame. Temporary high, lasting. Wow, a temporary high, lasting low. Okay. Um, wish you never did it. Long term ramifications. Wow, this is not, that's crazy. So somebody could be out here right now looking at group pictures, wishing they were with you and not the other person. Damn. Then we have out here, wow, a heroic nonsense. Okay. Oh, this is giving me the energy of like somebody that was always there to soothe or smooth out the relationships. I'm picking up on somebody that was always there, keeping a connection connected, even though, oh, why did I just hear that Usher song, Confessions? These are my confessions. Okay. It's like you have a friend that is there to keep your relationship together, right? Y'all argue, y'all fight, whatever. Here's the friend like, no, you guys love each other. Don't do that. You guys, da 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 da. But the whole time he's wishing the friend was his, or she's wishing the friend was hers. Ooh wee. Somebody was coming in being the heroic energy here, and they were actually seeing you in them or them in you. Oh, and we getting some thunder. Okay, Spirit, tell me more. I cannot make it up. Look at this food on the tray. Listen, ooh, this is giving me the energy. You the whole Big Mac. You was the Big Mac. Okay, well. Let me clarify that. Okay, not like you was Mac Mama or Mac Daddy. But take it how it resonates. You were the Big Mac, okay? It was something about you that kept you separate from the rest of the group, okay? In this person's mind. That's why they're looking at these pictures and they're remembering this about you, okay? You were the Big Mac. Things are separate, keeping things apart, not allowing different parts of life to intervene. That is what has been happening all day, every day. That's why it's here. Cultural clash. People facing their fears. Okay. Some folks didn't want their homes to be tainted with other energies or other cultures. But now, people are starting to see how they have missed out on possibly a soulmate because of it. Or they have missed out on some sort of, pick of the litter, the food tray type energy. Message. Okay. Right. And at the bottom of the deck, turning over a new leaf. I feel like this is the energy now. People are wanting to start turning over a new leaf when it comes to that. Now, I'm not saying everybody. Don't get me wrong. I ain't saying everybody. But I am saying that is the energy. People are starting to look at, well, damn, what is so different? Or what is so bad? Or, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, I heard that, Spirit. I feel like, there are beautiful energies everywhere. But it takes a certain person to bring that out of you, out of them, okay? Take it how it resonates. And I feel like people are starting to see that or feel that now, okay? That there can be a fresh start, okay? In adopting a new and positive and in a positive way of living a deep personal change and transformation. This is the energy. Okay, this is the energy that is crossing all of the energies. It's like finally people are starting to see the significance in, I heard the word diversity. Okay, diversity. Some sort of diversity within the cultures, within the marriages, within the partnerships, within the relationships. There's nothing wrong with it. At least not to me. I wouldn't have tripped with none of my kids. I'd be like, shit, okay, I see you. Shit, I see you. Okay. I mean, it was never like, don't you bring home no, what movie was that with the dad? I forgot. And she brought her boyfriend. Oh man. Oh, what is that movie? I have to remember it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But he was the white kid, right? And the dad and everybody was looking at him and stuff. And I was like, damn, you know how? But you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. It's like so many people are missing out on happiness because they just don't believe in integration with cultures, different cultures. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Some people are missing out on their soulmates because of their fears of integration. Okay, and that's leaving a stain. That's leaving a stain. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, that's leaving a stain right now, and the stain says no matter how much you clean and scrub, the stain remains. You can't fix what refuses to change. Okay. So I'm going to leave that message here. All right. Take it how it resonates. Okay. I'm not saying that this message is for you. Okay. But I am saying that this message is for somebody that needs to go on and face their fears. Now, I'm not saying run out there and get the first whatever, whatever. Use your discernment. But I am saying you could be missing out on your soulmate because of this reason right here. All right. So let's get ready to close out and only take it how it resonates. I release the weight of deception and betrayal. I stand rooted in my truth. I call back my power, my light, my peace. I am whole. I am becoming. And so it is. I love you and the divine loves you. And until next time, Ashe.